In this video, we're going to show you behavior underwater from both kokanee and trout to help give you guys an idea of how they're going to respond to different maneuvers and give you a better idea of what you can do to help yourself catch more fish. So, hope you enjoy some of the videos. There will be a talk towards the end. Thanks. So in this bit, we're going to show you that we're trying to attract kokanee. There's no hooks shown in the video on purpose. This is just to show you the behavior and the natural instinct you can cause them to keep and be interested in your setup and follow you throughout the day. It's better to have a group follow you through the day than it is to go searching left and right to try to find fish. Once you know there are fish, you don't leave fish to find fish. So the best point with this is you see how this one is overly engaged. We're working on its natural instinct to want to eat as well as attack. All salmon, this is kokanee, which is a landlocked salmon, all have a natural instinct to either eat or to attack viciously because it's annoying. And so we're trying to trigger several different senses all in one part. We have sound, we have vibration, we have light, we have colors. And you'll see more join into this little video and form their own school. And they'll follow this all the way through the day. And this is just a small segment of a video to show that. At the end of this part, I'll go into talks. You'll understand better with the actual equipment. And I'll explain why there's no hooks here too. So I just wanted to stop in between the underwater videos and talk a little bit about one of the videos where you see the school of kokanee coming up, chasing and biting what looks like a spinner at the end of the flasher. This is a flasher, right? This was the exact flasher. So typically I run 2 rods when I'm trolling for trout and kokanee in our bodies of water. We're allowed to legally do that. Some places may not. You always check your regs. That being said, an old school way of keeping kokanee, because they can get really discouraged or dissatisfied or get bored, frankly, chasing something over and over and over again without something to keep them there. The older way of doing this, if I had 2 rods, is 1 rod is a teaser and 1 rod is the one that's actually catching fish. So in this circumstance, I would run 2 of the same. Some people wouldn't run different, that's fine, but once you learn your body of water, you see what certain kinds of fish like. And so I always leave 1 to keep them interested. And the way to do that is you would just normally use your spinner, right? With whatever leader in your flasher. But instead of baiting this and setting it out, either cut the hooks off, but if you don't want to do that, just slide it up and through your flasher right here. Put a little bend in the line. That way you have your hooks running through it. Okay? Now that seems a little counterintuitive. Again, you can just wrap that on your main line. This would go to a larger swivel. And then you would have these guys, the beads for attractant, but that spinner blade of any kind, doesn't have to be like this style, but any kind would sit at the bottom and flutter hard. it's going to keep them interested chasing this the whole time it's in the water. Now, the other rod you're going to be using would be the one you would set back at the equal length and then allow it to be the one that has bait with hooks, and it would get bit, but all the fish in that group, that school of kokanee, for example, would be still continuing to follow this. They're going to keep trying to bite it in passing turns. That keeps them there, that keeps you consistently catching more fish over a period of time, especially as they go in and out with different schools. Now, you could always just run two, and then whatever fish you hook out of those two, then the rest of that school is going to dissipate. They're just going to leave because there's nothing there to keep chasing. If you've got nothing in the water, why would they continue to stay there? So that's kind of one of the reasons why I've been showing these underwater videos, is to keep people thinking about how do we keep those fish interested even when there's nothing there. You can't. They have to have something to chase. So a teaser is a great way of making sure you consistently keep that group following along. And then you send the one rod back down to them to keep them working. And if you can have two rods, one teaser, one catching, you have a good setup. If you have more people in a boat, larger boat with more rods, let's say you had 4 rods, run one teaser, 3 rods catching, and you'll start hooking in a lot more fish. And I think this would be a great little way of helping some people out if you're fishing with larger equipment, especially with more rods. So hope you guys enjoy the videos. So unlike kokanee, trout are very aggressive, and usually if they're going to grab it, they're going to grab it immediately once they get there. This is about an 8-pound rainbow trout that grabbed it and just went wild with it, hence the shaking of the camera and everything too. At the same time, though, you will obviously notice if you're attracting kokanee or trout due to depth, temperature, and speed especially. So it's just a short little video to give you an idea of how different those important factors are when either targeting trout or targeting kokanee. This is just photos from the day's catch. We ended up with about 28 kokanee and 12 trout. We filleted them up, got them ready for the smoker, smoked them up for dinner that night. But it's just proof that you absolutely can enjoy the catch as well as catching the fish. And I hope you guys get to enjoy some for yourself someday.